Hello, everyone. Hello. Just seeing if some of you are here might sign in to let me know that you're here today. Sunday meditation, just a short sit together. Again, I often talk about the weather. Somehow the Sundays, the Weather Underground fellows this week was saying that our Sundays have been the perfect day of the week. Not too hot, north winds, not too much rain. So glad you're joining me here today for some quiet inner time, stillness. So essential, isn't it, to support all that we're processing these days with our pandemic in our midst. With the protests to police violence and more. Great to see you, Sandra. Or see you in electrons, as my brother would say. Thank you for being here. Sandra, Mary Beth. We've got a devoted crew of YouTubers. Rue's having his breakfast. Yes, he has breakfast kind of late, so you'll hear him here and there today. All right, I'm going to get back to my seat. We'll officially start in just a moment. It really is so wonderful to be here together. So grateful that we have this technology. So thank you for joining me this afternoon for a short meditation. It's Sunday, June 7th, 2020. My name is aLex Levin, and you're here on Sun and Moon Yoga Studios YouTube channel. You'll sometimes perhaps hear my little dog making some noises. He's having his breakfast. As usual for meditation, please set up in a way that you can feel very supported, that even this short 12-minute sit can be comfortable enough so that you can move towards stillness without having to adjust too much. This time of where socially we're together facing medical emergency of COVID-19, which trickles into economic situations, and now the uprisings of the protest against police brutality, and especially against Black people or people of color. It likely leaves us with times of extreme sadness, rage, confusion, hopefully. Eric Schiffman has said that in these kinds of times, the positive thing is they are very malleable. That meaning that they can change. There is possibility for change. So one of the necessities for change is for what we could do, for what each of us could do for change, is to truly know what's happening in our own hearts, in our own bodies, in our own minds, and to be very clear about that. So our meditation practice can not only support that, but inform and also restore energy to and clear us of some of the heavy emotions which need to be there, need to be looked at. But it can also nourish us. So when things are very active and in turmoil and tumultuous and demand a lot of our energy, we also need to just stop and make space, clear space. So we'll be doing that here together today. Okay, so as you set up your seat, we start with, and I'm building on the theme of this week's yoga classes, we start with orienting ourselves, sensing where gravity is. On Tuesday, Asya guided us through defying gravity. And so we need to sense how we are right here in space, in our space on this little place on planet Earth. This particular spot. And we do that through the sense of touch. As I may have mentioned last week, the sense of touch is the sense connected to the heart chakra. And we're gifted with this sense throughout the body, the way the legs touch our clothing, touch the ground, the way our pelvis rests, the way our hands are positioned and rest against something solid. So I would say we first need to make peace with gravity. Physically and metaphorically, that extends to making peace with the grave, serious issues within us and around us. First, be able to encounter, to hold our ground with them. The first instruction in yoga is that we do not allow violence, or that we work toward that. So when sitting still, and perhaps we're a bit like our own, we are the sun of our own, we are a sun, S-U-N, of our own universe. We are each a sun with the potential to shine so brightly. And lots moves around us and within us. This settling and sensing the strength and our ability and capacity to just be here with what is meeting us. Is vital to inform our one small step, like the astronauts on the moon that Annie guided us on Monday. The one small step. Things may seem unsurmountable, hopeless. And yet if each of us can get clear enough, can get courageous enough to see and trust that one small step, it all will add up to many steps from many of us. Moving in the right direction. So see what is here now during the remaining 7 minutes or so. A variety of experiences will arise, a whole virtual reality. A noticing of the breath, a tension or a discomfort in the body, an itch. A distraction in thought, a potent emotion, we can meet all what arises. We can learn to hold warm presence. For what is difficult within ourselves, even if the source appears to be from outside. It's registering here now. Doing this here now, my teachers have said, is a radical act. To hold warm presence for whatever is arising. And it should include the positive. If you're feeling a connection of us here together now, of gratitude, of energy. Give that also your warm regard. By the light of your sun nature. This fostering of the parts within us, fostering this relationship where we're able to stay in a difficult or easy conversation either. we're able to stay and be here. I don't know the mechanism of it, but I have glimpses of the transformational power of this presence. One reason this pause, this time for simply being still, quiet, and allowing spaciousness, recognizing it. One reason it is so vital as we seek to heal the elements of ourselves and our society, our communities, is that if we don't take this pause, we're likely to come from places of our own woundedness. And so the identity that we're piecing together is not quite the whole picture. So we need to make this space for that channel of wisdom, a channel of our unique way that we participate in what we have to offer becomes clear, not from the small selfish ego, but from our place in the wholeness. So we're always traveling through space, this space right here, the atmosphere of the earth, sometimes into inner space, the space between two people or more, making these connections of relationship. And I invite us to, as we do this space travel, I would like to plant the seed to remember to pause. It's such a simple concept, but in practice, to remember to pause. As Eric Schiffman says, practice on the easy stuff. So pause, that very Thich Nhat Hanh-like practice of pausing to enjoy the peonies, pausing to enjoy the clouds in the sky, or the kindness of your partner, the joy of a child. And also pause then, learn to practice the pause when things are a little tougher and then a lot tougher. And it's that adage of count to 10. Count to 10. It's that wisdom is very, very old. That just doing that already touches into the bigger spaciousness of the divine, of all that is, of awareness. And oftentimes in my limited experience, just then sometimes a solution comes that I didn't have to do anything for, or an insight, a direction, a guidance for my next small step. So thank you again for joining us. I hope voice was clear enough. Again, we have yoga classes each morning, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. And join me here each Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And wishing you all peace, wishing peace, and we have work to do. And I'm hoping, again, to quote Eric for a third time this Sunday, our job is our joy. It can be our joy, our job, our joy. See you out there.